So I'm extremely glad to present this collaborative innovation project from the Shenoy Innovation Studio. It all started as a studio project of our second year BD student Yash Kotari. So this project was where Yash had to work with elderly. So we had created this 7 concerns of innovation where they had to understand the needs of the people on the campus, the elderly on the campus, go check the persona, and from the persona build the ideas and concepts. So Yash, now you could explain what exactly you worked on.
So as a part of my design studio course, I started with this project StepMate. So StepMate is a assistive device for elderly people. With the small steps, they can conquer big. So in India, there are architectural defects where the steps are very high, and elderly people from India generally have a tough time in climbing stairs, have a joint pain in knees, in different parts of body. So I came up with this problem statement where I want to solve this issue for the elderly people in India. As a part of this project, the 7C model of Professor Chakravarti, I implied that design process on the project. So in the first 2 C's, it was all about understanding the context and empathizing with the users of Indian elderly population. With that, I came up with the problem statement, and then while doing research, I crafted personas, and then I started ideating upon the solution. So in ideation, I used a real life situation as an inspiration, as an analogies to come up with the different kinds of solution. Then I evaluated those solution, and I came up with the solution of StepMate, which has a small base and in the bottom, which is collapsible, and it makes one whole step into 2 half steps. So the analogy of this StepMate ideation was, as we can see the trucks, the vehicles, they climb the hills in the curvy manner. They break down the steep slopes in the small steps. Exactly what the StepMate does. Bigger stairs breaks down in the 2 small steps. So the user can step on this and climb the whole step in 2 parts. So yeah, after the solution, I crafted some working rigs, did a 3D ideation with this thermocol wires, and that came up with this 3D form. So I went to the users back. It is very important to get in touch with the users in every phase of design. So once I reached out to them, they tried this product and they felt it was helping them a lot of it was solving the issue. It was reducing the effort around 50%. They were feeling good. So it was a good feedback I got. But in between, the user testing showed that the handle, all the structure is too heavy for the elderly. So then Labdi took over the project and worked on the accessibility part of it.
So when I came to the studio, first I started understanding what Yash actually worked on the project. So to understand his process, I followed a similar process where I started with a few wire and thermocol models, and then finally working on the working rigs. So here my main idea was to simplify the stick. How can it be more simpler for the elderly to work with? So these were the few rigs I worked on, and after that exploration, we decided to go with this particular form. So again, the idea is very simple, to cut the step into half, and it works both the ways. So while walking, you turn it around, and while climbing, the other way around. So after that, we took this stick to the users and understood how they were actually using it in different areas, in temples, in their houses, while climbing into the auto rickshaw. So we tried all these scenarios, and then we went to the Visco company. So the feedback we got from Visco was very much valuable. So here we decreased the overall size of the stick, and then this was the prototype that we made. So we produced 2 of these. One we gave to the Visco's store, and one we took it to the users, and then we tested it again.
So after that, we went back to Visco and we told them about the design. And now the biggest challenge comes in, where when you make tooling, will such tooling work for us? From point of view of return of investment. Is there enough market for such a product? For example, if 100 people need a walking stick, maybe only 3 people need a StepMate. So that becomes a very big challenge from a manufacturing point of view. So then we came up with this, interesting point where we said, okay, we'll have one, like little bit larger mold. For example, this is the original, viscose mold. So we make a StepMate with a different mold altogether. So the mold is costly. So this becomes one unit, and the second option is you take viscose stick as it is, and on that you add an add-on. So when you add an add-on, the cost of this tool and the cost of the product becomes very small. So the 3% of the population which will need the StepMate also has an option to go. And of course, the return of investment is also good, because the product is going to be cheap and it is going to be an add-on to their existing viscose stick. So here, while we're working on all this, we had Gaurav, our design lead, who was from the studio looking at, do we need to do design of handles? So both Labdi and Gaurav worked on handles.
Okay, so once Labdi finished her final design with the handle, our main target was to make it user friendly. This particular handle is 3D printed out of PLA, and we didn't want to give this particular experience to the user. We wanted to give them a proper rubbery user experience, and that is when we decided to make a silicone mold and make the complete handle out of silicone. And here are the two 3D printed 3D molds for the handle, and we use a particular T-shaped rods in the middle of the handle to keep the structure at its best. And that's how we started pouring in the molds, and we got the exact replica of the handle.
So from a student project to reaching the industry, it's been a tough journey, and it's always a very interesting journey of what comes first for whom. As a student, Yash Kotari's major concern was to provide a solution for the elderly. As an innovation studio lead, Labdi's requirement was, can I really work it more simple for them? Will they really accept it? And she worked on there. And from our, Gaurav, he looked at how to make the, handle prototypable so that, the elderly can check with the handle. And the best thing is that when we go to Maulin from Visco, we get such interesting insights about market. Without market, no product can see the light of the day. And without production, we can't give the services to people. So, making it marketable, making it cost effective, making it, saleable is also as important as the design which Yash has come up or the prototype which Labdi has come up with.